Hello, hello! Welcome back! Post vacation. I hope you guys have an absolutely fantastic day today. It's our first recording back post Croatia. Post Croatia. I was like, where did I go? I have come to realize that I think I actually have like a brain tumor or something. I have become so ungodly forgetful. I forget like common words all the time. I forget people's names, people I'm actually like close to on a regular basis. And maybe I have like very early onset dementia. Somebody in my comments while I was gone made a comment saying, Mel, I've never seen you do a double defense, just a raggy run where you just kind of take towers until you win. So I thought it'd be fun instead of focusing so heavily on, ooh, do you like that? On getting the achievements, potentially looking at just winning. I think it's also, this one maybe. I think it's also good. We haven't gotten any houses. It's a good way. Doing this is a good way. See, look, I'm so forgetful. Um, Doing this is a good way to potentially learn about different towers that I maybe don't use near as often. Somebody also called me out and they were like, Mel, don't put like 42 frost keeps back like in the same area. They actually work better if you stagger them so that they hit like a longer range. We do have a little bit of mana regen. You use less than one. Yes, okay. So we're gonna have to look at some kind of, do hate me, a linear line. Some form of a mana regeneration, regardless of, or it doesn't matter if it's siphons, it doesn't matter if it's mana banks, it doesn't matter if it's sorcery. Some combination thereof is most likely. I think I'd really like to do. I think money is going to be an issue. I'd really like to look at doing. Give me a left or a right. Um, Poison sprayers, frost keeps, and fire flamethrowers. Fire sprayers, flamethrowers. I think that's going to be a good thing for us. The music seems a little loud. That seems better, I think. I click into the game. I know somebody mentioned it before. If the music, if you're like, oh my god, for whatever reason, this one video is really loud, or if you're like, oh no, your last like 3 videos have been like really consistently good music, please tell me. Um, Obviously, I can go back, but as many people do, I despise the sound of my own voice. The Fran Drescher just atrocity that is my voice. I like, okay, so somebody was like, your Valley Girl voice is so good. And I'm like, oh my God, thank you so much. And then I realized that I could never be a voice actor because the only voice I could ever do is the ditzy blonde girl. Ooh. You know, like it's a little too on the nose, and it kind of feels like it's like making fun of my own type of person. No, it's fine. If that was like, if I could get a voice acting gig doing that, frick, I'd be a one trick pony. Give me a right hand turn. Oh my god. Can I get a V? Not quite. We're not quite at V level. It's also not quite like a swoosh either. It's kind of just like this really sad arrow pointing downwards at my impending demise. One of you should be most armor, and I'm actually gonna put you on a most health as well. I'm probably gonna put one up here as well. Actually, I might put a frost key. Now that we have a teensy bit more sorcery regeneration, a mana regeneration. I literally, okay, I'm gonna lean into the fact that I have become not a Valley Girl. I'm not going to lean into the Valley Girl. And I really hope that, like, you know, when you start saying a meme or start saying like something sarcastically, like, YOLO for Tony Plays It. And now, what, 12 years later, I'm still saying this unironically because I'm a millennial and I'm cursed to. I don't know what to do with this. I guess continue this one. You could be a good Frostkeep, I think, but I don't know. In fact, I might actually. I might leave that for a Frostkeep and put a ballista here. I'm pretty like high energy I feel like because I'm finally home, I'm like, my husband's very much like, no, I'm ready to go home. I'm not ready to go back to work, but I'm ready to go home. Whereas I'm like, no, I want to keep traveling, even though I'm also the one that has like mental breakdowns all the time while traveling. I do not travel well. I do not handle stress well. And again, maybe I'm like chronically depressed or have like a brain tumor. I don't, okay, don't make jokes about being depressed. I don't actually feel like I'm like depressed. We've lived that life and I totally get it and I know how hard it is for people. I do not feel like I'm chronically depressed. So if my brain chemistry is saying I'm chronically depressed, honestly, it'd be a shock to me and you both at the same time. Do, do, do. So I don't think I'm chronically depressed. I don't think I have like ADHD, ADD, any kind of like attention deficit disorder, though I maybe do because I'm like the most scatterbrained person in the world and I tend to rapidly task switch. That's also like a symptom of like, um, this doesn't get the range I thought it would, but we're gonna leave it. A symptom of autism. I mean, I could be autistic. I have a master's degree. I feel like most people that go into grad school and pursue grad school, something's wrong with them. That's also what's insane. I think maybe the reason that my brain, ooh, I did talk about wanting to do this. Maybe the reason that I'm like kind of like brain dead, memory dead. Give me a right hand turn. That's a left. Another example of how forgetful I am. I like used to have no issue with my left and right, and now my husband's like, you truly seem like you don't actually know the difference between your left and right. And I'm like, because I don't. No, I do, but I don't. Um, it's fine. How's this side doing? Not great, by the way. Not great. Not great. But like, I don't know. There could be something wrong with me. I don't think I have a brain tumor as much as I get chronic migraines. And every time I go to like WebMD, they're like, you're probably dying. I'm like, I actually just live in a place in the world where the pressure swings are so much that most people end up getting severe headaches or migraines at some point in their life. Also being female, also being on like, well, TMI, but like, is it? I don't think there should be TMI, even though vast majority of my audience is male. Being on some form of like a hormonal birth control. Okay, that's a little spicy queen. Also, Mel, you literally said you were going to explain the other side because you're having issues with this hat being so short. But, and but. Um, this might be helpful. Maybe not so helpful, but it might be helpful because. Oh, I don't have like a +2? Ooh. Hmm. Um, because if we can put like a ballista up here that can like target them a little bit. That's so good. I don't know what this is. Okay, we are going to take damage. I thought we'd be okay. We are not going to be okay. Also, I feel like I'm speaking a mile a minute, like I'm coked out or something. Me, a girl who's like done coke like one time in my life. Don't do coke, it's bad. It actually is like kind of gross. Would not recommend. But anywho, I digress. Bringing that back. Hi, Poops. Hi, baby. I know, is it almost food time? So you're like, oh, second human. I will give love to the second human. It's a long weekend here, so I've kind of just been like, I'm also so jet lagged. So maybe, okay, I promise you, every so often people are like, do you do that intentionally or are you just like really dumb? And I'm like, now I hate to say it because I don't want to further push the blonde stereotype. I think I'm just a little dumb. But again, maybe I just lean into it. Maybe this is my new personality trait. And I'm like, you know what? I'm actually just like really, really Valley Girl. Call me Paris Hilton. I feel like the Valley Girl voice, though, is like one of the easiest. I know people are like, oh, but like certain accents are like so easy to do. No, no, they're not. I cannot. I cannot do them. I could never. I could not. That is not in my repertoire of skills. Okay. Yes, Poops. Do you want me to push my chair back so you can sit on my lap? Is that what you want? Yeah. My husband, fluffy, poofy, dumb cat. Instead, I have As people keep saying, like father or like well, like father. Honestly, at this point, call me a man. Like mother, like son. My other cat Idris is an absolute demon. There you go. You can lay down. I just can't have you like pacing on my lap. She doesn't. Ooh, we are not doing so well, by the way. Um, hmm. We should look at getting a flamethrower put in. Hmm. I think I want this because I think we have burn on my ballistas as well. We do. I need our plus threes, eh? I think there could be good. Okay. Yeah. Yes. Give me a left-hand turn. No. No. How could you do this to me? I made my mistakes. Got nowhere to run. And life goes on. I only know like four songs. Also, my memory. I feel like there is so many old My Chemical Romance songs, Headley songs. Don't listen to Headley; they're bad. They're like bad people. Boys Like Girls songs. 3 Days Grace, Rise Against, Offspring. Give me another like no Blink 182. I was like really into Blink 182, which is funny because I feel like I have like one Blink 182 song on my Spotify, and it's probably First Date. No, no, no. It's probably What's My Age Again. Better song, IMO. You can like whatever you like, and you can like whatever. I had this moment today because this is so random. I was in the shower. I haven't even talked about my vacation yet. We'll get to that. I was in the shower and shower thoughts. I was like listening to music, and I was listening to kind of this like probably like one of my favorite artists, probably my favorite artist actually, to be honest. I think you'll come back. You'll come back, I believe. Do you believe in the bye poops? Um, okay, we got a turn. But I was listening to like one of my favorite artists. They're kind of I wouldn't call them an indie artist because they're not like indie music, but they're like underground, I guess is like the better way to put it. I don't know, it feels like weird saying that because I don't want to be like, "Oh, I'm so hipster. I listen to like unknown underground artists" because I really really don't. Um I am like the most mainstream pop freak out there. Like I really really don't like a lot of I don't know, like unknown stuff. I just don't have time to discover stuff. So I throw on the radio if I listen to the radio, or I throw on Canada's top 150 songs or whatever on Spotify, and I say, "This is my personality for the next week." Um, Anyways, back to the anecdote at hand. This artist is like kind of underground, and their music's kind of like a little bit more unique. It's kind of like synth pop, moody, like it's like a little Lana Del Rey pilled, a little like bitchy, moody, but then also has like a little bit of like Madonna energy when it comes to like the synth pop, like 80s. I'm into this. And part of me was like, man, I really like this artist. And I was just kind of like going down the route of like artists that I really like because I somehow my brain was like, I told you this would come up again. Was on the route of give me a no, I don't want to expand there actually. Give me a left. Okay, that's fine. On the route of like, there's this one musician that I used to really like, and I still listen to their music quite a bit. And they're, what many people would probably call like a wankster. In fact, I actually bought one of their albums as like a limited release, and I found it at like this tiny little record store, hole in the wall place. And when I bought it, the clerk was like, "Okay, here you go. Here's your record, you little wankster." And I was like, 27-year-old Mel getting called a wankster. Um, but yeah, it's just like a Canadian hip hop guy. He's just like a white dude from like Halifax or something. But I was like, why do I feel like kind of embarrassed that I like this music? I shouldn't. I really shouldn't. You really should just like the music you like. Like at the end of the day, pop music exists because people just like it. And as much as you want to be hipster and you want to be like, huh, don't listen to mainstream stuff, who cares? Is it harming you? Like, if people are listening to music that actually makes them feel, is it harming you in any way? Like, whatever, you call me a wankster, and I'm probably like, haha, you're not wrong. It's kind of true. But, but for me, it's like, I shouldn't feel self-conscious or weird admitting to the music that I actually really enjoy and the artists I really like. And I don't think anyone should. That's not just saying, oh, I'm, woe is me, don't hurt me. You guys are part of Metropolis, and I have a soft little heart and baby feelings, so because I'm there, you gotta be nice to me. No, it's not like that at all. It's a little like that. But I don't know. I shouldn't feel self-conscious about the music I like. And at the end of the day, like I really like My Chemical Romance. I always will. I own like the Black Parade on vinyl, and some people are probably like, "Oh, that's nothing," and then the other half of my audience is probably like, "Who's that?" And you're like, "They wear a lot of makeup." Um, I don't have worries about this. I should have been a little more prepared, but I don't know. It worked out and it was fine. I would really like to get even like a shredders, but something that puts in bleed. In fact, I see we're struggling with that. Should have been paying more attention. I've been so lost in the sauce on the anecdotes. For so long, I didn't know lost in the sauce meant drunk. To be honest, I think this could be. We have banditry, but the others don't really affect me. But I might not use that as like a money thing. Bro, we got one tree, two trees. I think I'd rather go for extra flame. Um, sorry, weird little burp, uncomfortable. I'm just gonna straight up admit it though. My body is gross. My body is a temple, and the temple is in need of a janitor. Give me a left-hand turn. That is a right. This would be a good spot for a poison spirit. This would also be a good spot for a poison spirit, though. How's this side doing? Probably not good. Probably not great. But I'm afraid to expand. But I'm gonna have to expand. But I digress. No, you shouldn't feel ashamed for the music. Even if you, I don't know, if you were listening to like the Wiggles or something. The Wiggles must have music, or like Bear in the Big Blue House or something. I don't know. It's a little different. I was gonna say weird, but whatever. We're all weird. Was that one like Canadian PSA? Okay, this is so Canadian. Canada had so many weird PSAs about like be yourself and all these things, and there's one PSA that was like obviously for kids, that was like, just be yourself. And it had like a kid going, ah! Oh, that was horrible. Do not ever re listen to that. But like, that was supposed to be a dinosaur roaring. And the kid was really good at it. Clearly, I was not that kid. Maybe I was. Maybe that actually sounded like really good. In fact, I think it sounded like, give me a right hand turn, me popping a hemorrhoid. But it's fine, as is life. Do, 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 do. I'd like to put you on fast. But like, ooh, I don't like that. Where's my mind? Could I put, this is a good spot. I swear I was holding shift. Yeah, it was just being weird. User error. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. You know what? A Frostkeep could also be really good here because we're gonna put a poison sprayer on this side. Remember that one time I got a cinnamon bun? Ooh, hoo hoo. Okay, be aware. You know what? If we're just going for it, why don't we just go for it? You know? Um, 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 um. You know what? This could be good for us as well. Especially if we can get the synergy that's like, you know, the one I'm talking about. The one that is like, here's the forgetfulness. I'm so broken. My hippocampus is shrunken. I probably have like ventricular inflammation. causing my hippocampus to die, to be honest. Hi, Poops. You're kind of annoying. You gonna lay down? My lap is too tiny for you. We go through this every time. Okay. Idris is locked in the basement. Whoa, baby. I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say no. You're so annoying. She is baby. I did not see if we took damage, but that's okay. I could go for a quadruple range bonus, would be nice. Never mind. But now I have one big concern. And said one big concern is mana. We should also be expanding over here. Please don't fork. Please don't fork. Okay. I'm so stupid. Don't do that right now. You have no mana. We're gonna have to rely on ballisties. Big ballisty energy. There you go, Poop. So good. With having the range up on the ballista, I feel like it's not the end of the world. It's not my favorite, though. Okay. We do need more shield damage, like, right here, and that's why I want to put the monuments in. It's just that the monuments use mana. I also want to put a poison sprayer in. Oh, I forgot my water bottle in the other room. Oh. I feel like today, and like every day, to be honest, wow, that last guy got in there. You're really not going to give me. I feel like I haven't seen mana banks at all, and I honestly don't think I've seen mana siphons, though I do sometimes just jump past stuff, so there is a solid chance that I just have missed it. Yes, queen. Yeah, we're doing a little rough. We're in need of the ballistas to just kind of be coming in clutch a little bit more than they are already. Just because everything else is going to stop working. Also, like, going back to I speak so fast my tongue gets tied, literally. So my tongue is like so stubby and sad. I don't know how I can get tied. Also, sometimes when I put my Invisalign in, it like catches on the web under my tongue and it hurts really, really, really bad. And so if you're considering getting Invisalign, just be aware that that's a thing that sometimes happens and it blows. Also, when I first got them, I would get like I get cuts on the inside of my upper lip from just like my lip pressed against the sharp plastic. I think I have like a really strong callus in there now. She's beefy, but also something to be aware of if you're considering Invisalign. Go being yourself. Like I wish. So when I was a kid, like we moved a lot. Oh, thank God, something. We moved a lot, and it really sucks being a kid when you move a lot. Give me a right hand turn. Holy good God. This map is something else. But I was always like so shy. But my parents were very much like, oh, you can just make friends. You can just make friends. And I'm like, now I'm like, it's actually kind of hard for some kids to make friends. I was one of them because I'm so shy and now I'm like, I'm just like introverted. And now I'm also like, social anxiety. I feel like most people on Twitch have social anxiety. I say on a YouTube only video, but I had such a hard time just like opening up to people and good God. He's getting in. He's gonna hit our tower. He's gonna teleport. Yeah, that was not really the vibe. Okay, we're better on mana, so I really think a poison sprayer up here is like a necessity. I'm also thinking even like a frost keep in here could be like beneficial in some facets. I also think, never mind, because this is super duper important for us. I'm out of money. Give me a left-hand turn. Okay, that's a right. Not all right, a right. Do, 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 do. 375. We can get there. But I struggled. Okay, getting back into it. We took just like a, 48-second intermission there. Probably longer, actually. I'm really bad at counting and math. Though I am really good at counting to 10 because when I was in grad school, I would have to time every rat on an experiment for 7 days. I would have to time them five different times for 7 days straight and for 10 seconds. So I got really good at counting to 10 seconds and like timing it really well. And I still, this is like kind of embarrassing, but like I feel like we all do weird things like this. Maybe we don't, and this is just me. But I literally use it all the time. When I'm counting down like the microwave, I'll be like, I will literally start counting to, please no fork. Okay. It didn't give me any elevation, which is also like kind of crappy, but I use it all the time when I count down the microwave just to make sure that I'm, not getting rusty, not getting old. Cat hair in my mouth. And when it thunderstorms, I'm doing that when I'm counting down. There's a treasure chest back here. When I'm counting down. Help me, help me, help me. Thunder strikes. I think when I go for this and just go really ham with the products, the towers and stuff that we have. I think having some frost keeps up here could be really good for us as well. To really like almost like force stagger this back area. I'm just itching poops. I am actually allergic to cats. Like I'm quite allergic. And I just take a lot of allergy pills, which is great. But sometimes when I pet them, I do actually just like break out in like a rash. It's great. Also, speaking of which, this is the only pretty much vacation anecdote we'll get to, I guess, on this video. But when we were in Croatia, there are cats everywhere, and I feel like this is just a thing around the world that like Canada doesn't have, at least where we live in Canada. Canada, there isn't just stray cats around here. Like there just isn't because it's too like ungodly. God made this area too cold. We get to like minus 30 Celsius and then like consistently, and we'll get to like minus 40 Celsius at least once a year, like one day a year at night. One night a year. That's what I'm trying to say. More bleed could be good. This weirdly could be good for us, but and so yeah, like it gets too cold that they would just pass away, as sad as it is. It's just a thing. So they just are not here. But when we were in Phoenix and Scottsdale, tons of cats. When we were anywhere in Europe, okay, bye poops. I'm sorry that Europe pisses you off that much. Anywhere in Europe, tons of cats. So it's just a thing, I guess, like everywhere else that we just don't have. 1050, 1050, 1050, 1050, 1050. Thank you. And so cute. Some of them are really like courageous. I'm going to die. I don't know what to do about this. Like, this path just kind of sucks, but I don't want to keep extending it because it's going to become the same length as this one. Holy crap, can somebody die? We need $100, thank you. I'm committing. Don't bork. We're not gonna have the money. I think it's time to chop you a little bit because we're hurting pretty bad. Holy crap, there we go. But I had a cat in Croatia that just like courageous cat just came up to me. This is a mangy looking cat. Like I did not want it to come near me. And this freaking cat rubbed up against my leg. And I was just wearing shorts, so my leg was exposed, and I had this like huge, like really gross rash that formed on my leg. And I was like, oh my god, I don't know if this is because the cat was dirty. I don't know if it's because like I'm stressed out that the cat touched me and somehow I manifested this rash in this very like specific part of my leg, or if like I'm just that allergic to cats. But it was like really bad. And it was like kind of embarrassing. And then I told my sister-in-law, I was like, oh my God, like I had a cat rub up against me and then I got a rash. And she was like, that sounds like the most you thing I've ever heard in my life. And I was like, yeah, also, I guess this is not the only anecdote I'll be talking about on about my vacation. Um, this is brutal. I'm a little unhappy with how I've done this. But when we got there, it was like pouring rain. The first couple days we were there, like really pouring one of the days, which is brutal because like my hair is not easy to do and I cannot do it in humidity. And so my hair was just like a write off the entire trip and was in buns, which is fine. We work with what you got. But, oh my God, help me. Brain's getting there. That sounded like a brain. What's that one song that's like, it's a new song. Bing bong bong, bing bong bong, ding bong bong bo. That's the one. Um, I got there and I started getting almost like this horrible eczema all over my hands. And it was just like the backs of my hands and a little bit on my palms, but it was so itchy and it was so irritated. And it was like 3 or 4 days of being there. And I had to like, I was like, Shane, I gotta Google this. Shane's my husband. I was like, I gotta Google this because like, bro, like this is like not okay. We have the thing with this energy. So I think I'd rather go for this. I was like, this is not okay. Like, am I dying? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I was like, oh, do I have like, is something wrong with me beyond the 842 other things that make me sound like a hypochondriac? I swear to God, I'm not a hypochondriac, but believe me if you want, you don't have to. Um, I was truly like, oh my God, I'm literally like dying. And I Google it and it's like, oh yeah, if you have this type of asthma, this type of eczema, and then like allergies, including anaphylaxis. And if you know me, you know I have asthma, I have eczema. They both ended up being that same type. Like my asthma and eczema are related. And then I have allergies. Clearly, I'm allergic to cats. And I do actually have anaphylaxis to rodents, as we learned in this horrible way when I was in grad school working in a rodent research lab. Sick, wasn't that great? And I went into anaphylaxis and had to get rushed to the hospital. Um, oh, ooh, ooh. How can I lose a run when I just have like the ability to use any tower? That's kind of embarrassing. But yeah, it turns out that like hypochondriac Mel coming in, I was having a bad reaction to the hot, humid air and the pollution. And it lasted for honestly like 10 days of the 15-day vacation, but it's fine. It happens. Um, Timing on that anecdote mixed with the end of the thing was like a little bit of an atrocity. I want to say thank you guys so much, especially super duper thank you to the people that put up with me being gone, missed my or especially my Twitch audience, if you are on my YouTube audience as well, and you're missing me a little bit. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me this last little bit as well. If you do enjoy the content, hit that like button down below. And if you really enjoy me as a human, then consider subscribing to the channel. That way you can become a honorary member, citizen, guest, I don't know, of Meltropolis, where I am mayor, I am president, I am premier, I am prime minister. I don't know why I said premier. I feel like my brain was trying to say prime minister. Um, I am the prime minister because we're Canadian here. No, I'm the mayor, prime minister, premier, I guess at this point, and president. So you have to be nice to me. Consider subscribing to the channel. It helps us out a great deal if you interact with our videos, comment, like, anything like that. It helps us out a great deal as content creators. This has been a long outro, and I think I'm dying. It's fine. So thank you guys so much, and I hope to see you guys next time. See ya.